thank you so much for tuning back into my next Facebook Live video. This is part 2 of the materials post. First class, the last one, we went over several materials, and now we're going to go over more. And all of the links will be right there in this post so that you can easily click on them and go to all of the art stores or Amazon Prime or whatever I use. I'll make it very easy for you. I hope that these are helpful. If there's anything I haven't covered, please enter into the Facebook log and let me know what you still need to know. First of all, I have some awesome announcements, so I'm going to look at my notes a little bit to make sure I don't miss anything. But my next workshop is here on February 12th from 7 to 9, and that is a Love Yourself workshop. It's right before Valentine's Day, and I thought maybe it would be nice to kind of have some self-care and self-love instead of going out and buying things for our partners. So these are a couple little examples over here of some paintings. I'll ask you to bring in some photographs of yourself. This is actually a photograph of me kind of repeated. I'm like in a white dress kind of twirling. It's hard to see, but you can also bring a little photo. This other small one is me when I was a little baby. It's got a lot more texture to it. We're just gonna have you bring in a photo or 2 or 3 or 5 and see what we can create. It'll be a lot of fun. We keep it to a small group, so go ahead and click on that if you're interested and send me a message and we'll get you registered. The next really big deal is my open art retreats. This will be about the 8th retreat that Judy Host is the photographer and I have put on. This one will be at the Go Farm in Atlanta, and that is on March 16th and 17th. That's a very small group of 7 and it's already filling up. So Judy's an incredible photographer, celebrity photographer that teaches and shoots for Sigma Lens all over the world. I'm so lucky to have her teaching students how to use their own cameras or how to use their iPhones. Photoshop filters on your iPhone that behave like Photoshop filters. Her husband is a master printer, so we'll then take photographs that you capture, print those out on a larger scale, and then I teach students the second day how to create encaustic paintings from those photographs. It's so much fun. This time we're going to be incorporating more texture, gold leaf, alcohol inks, just some really great stuff. So please let me know as soon as possible if you can make that. We'd love to have you. I'm super excited about a new opportunity that I've just come across, and that is at Interiors Market. That is an amazing interior design boutique on Bennett Street. It's been around for about 25 years. The owners have asked me to show my artwork there and also have an art opening, artist talk, and a small demo in conjunction with them bringing on a new French chef. So that's going to be great. Sometime in March, we'll keep you posted on that. We haven't nailed down the date yet. So now I will just go ahead and get right into the products. Let's start with brushes. So I use bristle brushes or foam brushes. Foam brushes do not melt. Some people think that they might. They absolutely work great. Bristle brushes, natural hair. You don't want to use synthetic brushes. They will melt on your griddle. That would be bad. So I've got links to those. Actually, I have links to everything, so I won't keep saying that. This is some powdered pigment. I use Gamblin. This is Williamsburg. Earth pigments. These are fabulous to put into your wax. You can even put them into some gesso. It's just a great way to get a really strong pigment in your wax. Make sure you use a mask when you do that. And this is the mask that I use. It is hardcore, and it's got some amazing filters on here. Very fun. Can't teach with this on very well, but make sure you also have lots of ventilation in your studio, but this is an excellent mask. Some of the paints that I use you'll see online, so I don't have to you don't have to zoom in on these, but Blick, Gamblin, Williamsburg. I'd like to recommend students start with maybe a student grade oil paint, but not the very cheapest oil paint. There's also water soluble oil paints. I really don't understand why someone would use something like that, but I don't believe that works very well with wax. I've tried it, it makes it very translucent. Just go ahead with oil paint at about a medium grade, and then as you create an artwork and you love it, let's say you love the blue that happened in that painting, then you can always move up to a really higher grade of oil paint. Old Holland has some tubes like this that are $50 each, but they're incredible with the pigment that they use. But right now, those are just fine for you. Terpenoid is an odorless mineral spirits. I use that to create a wash. I never put that on the griddle. That just is a product that I use these recycled jelly jars, put the terpenoid into the jar, mix some oil paint in that with a bristle brush, and then paint that onto the painting. You let it sit for a while, it really highlights texture, and then you wipe it back off with paper towels. I don't think I put paper towels on there, but I use Bounty, or I think it's Viva, that's what it's called. Those are super absorbent. Don't use cheap paper towels, they will not do the trick. Steamless iron. These are fabulous because they don't have holes in them. So if you look back on some of my videos where I've been doing some ironing, if you're ironing the wax onto the painting, you don't want that getting stuck in the holes and then dripping back out on your painting. Unless you do, and then that could be kind of cool too. But I tend to use the flat steamless irons. Yes paste is what I personally use to glue down photographs to my panels. I've tried several other adhesives. They tend to make the paper tear or bubble. Yes paste is literally a paste. It's almost like Crisco or thicker, and you can scoop it out with your hand, wipe it down. You can use a putty knife if you're kind of weird about getting stuff on your hands. It's water soluble, so it comes right off. If you accidentally get some glue on your photograph, it dries clear. So I'm in love with this paste. I've been gluing photographs down for about 12 years now, and there's no discoloring. So I like to use that. When I buy panels, I usually buy these. There's one with a label on it. And you can just buy these online. You'll see the links. They come in these packages. This is a 12 by 12. We've got this nice cradled panel. This is about 1 5/8 inches deep. You can buy them in 1/2 inch deep, or I think you can even buy them in 3 inches deep at some places. But this is what I primarily use. When I am using a custom panel, I like to use Diamondback, and you can see that these have literally Diamondback supports built in, and that's so that you can put as much wax on these panels as you would like, and they are never going to warp. This is a wonderful company in Avondale. Give them a call, let them know that I recommended you, and so that's pretty much the materials that I use. Please let me know if you have any other materials that you're like, hey, can I use this? Can I use that? I would love to let you know what I use in my experience. The last thing I would love to talk to you about would be Evans Encaustics. I met Hyla, who is Hyla Evans of Evans Encaustics, this week. And so I don't have her products in hand to show you, but we have her link right there on this post, and I would love for you to go to her website. She creates the most heavily pigmented encaustic products on the market. They're amazing. She showed me the blocks right next to the other products, and they are just so full of pigment and saturation. They're amazing. She also has an encaustic medium that is more health conscious than others. It uses carnauba as a hardener instead of damar. If you've taken classes with me, you know that I use natural unbleached beeswax. I don't usually use medium hardener, but I may start to use some of this because of just the information she gave me on how healthy it is compared to other waxes and hardeners. So I was so excited to meet Hyla. Go to her website, look at her products, and I hope that you enjoy and got a lot out of this session, and I will see you next time.